Hello, I am Holly and welcome back to my channel, or if you're just joining me, thank you so much. Today I'm going to show you how to make some pens, some glitter pens that are very popular that you usually see people make with epoxy. I know there's some videos out there where people use epoxy-free products as well, and so that's what I'm going to show you how to do. So for me, I choose to use CrystaLac's Brite Tone. And then I'm also going to seal my glitter with some glitter glue. So if you are looking to go epoxy free, or if you're just curious how this all works, please join me and I will show you how to make these beautiful pens. Today I chose to use some pre-colored pens from Hobby Lobby. So the tips and the base are the same color and the ink inside matches the color of the pen. So if you see orange, that means you're going to have orange ink. So if that's what you like, then go grab some of these from Hobby Lobby. Usually I use just the regular black Paper Mate Ink Joy gel pens. Those pens have a little clip that you have to twist off and then sand down, which is a lot of work, but I do like the feel of the Paper Mate Ink Joy pens a little bit better than these. They seem to be a little more sturdy and thicker, and I also like the round tip. So, you know, just a little picky preference, but these ones work great for this project. It's a quick, if you don't want to spray paint or do any kind of pre-coloring, these are fantastic. So here I am just, I sanded and then I just put a thin coat of Brite Tone over my base, and then I am sprinkling glitters that match somewhat to the base of the pen. Sometimes I'm going to do an ombre, some of them are going to be a solid color with maybe a chunky over the top. Just mix and match how you choose. So I just go around and I just grab the glitters off my wall, put them together to see what looks good, and then I just go for it. I didn't really have any plan in mind. I'm just ombre-ing, mixing and matching, whatever I'm feeling. Okay, so once I have glittered those pens, I put them on my turner and I just let it dry. And then now I'm going through with a dry chip brush and I'm scraping off the excess glitter and just looking around to see if there's any blank spots that I missed. If there are any blank spots, I'm going to put another coat of Brite Tone right over the top. And then I'm going to do one more layer of the glitter. If it looks like there aren't any blank spots and I had a nice complete coverage with the glitter, I'm going to do a coat of glitter glue over the top to start sealing in those glitters. So this one with the blue, I could see through the light glitter, and so I went ahead and I applied Brite Tone, and I'm going to reapply that glitter in the same pattern that I had previously, just to fill in those little gaps, and then just let it spin for 4 more hours, and then you're ready for either another layer of Brite Tone, or you can start sealing with your glitter glue. So these foam inserts I get from Deno's Tumbler turners, and I will link their store below. They're the only turners that I use, and I love them. So I've been making tumblers for a little over a year, and Deno's, I started with a pink turner from Amazon that I didn't really love, and then my very first turner from Deno's was a 5-stacked original arm turner, and I absolutely love it. So I will order from them over and over again. So I am taking off the pens from the painter's tape, and I'm going to take off that painter's tape because it's covered with glitter. I'm going to put some fresh tape on there that doesn't have glitter on it, and now I'm ready to put a coat of glitter glue over every single pen this time. So I'm going to dry brush, and then every single pen is going to get one more layer of glitter glue, which is going to cut down the layers of Brite Tone that I'm going to have to use. Okay, so look at the yellow pen. So it's bent at the tip, which I've never had happen with the black Paper Mate Ink Joy pens. So that's why I say that I think the Paper Mate might be a better quality. But these ones are fine. I just won't give that yellow one to anybody. Well, I might gift it to one of my daughters or my son, but I'm not going to sell it. The brushes that I'm using to apply the glitter glue are just Wet n Wild brushes. You can get them in big packs from Amazon. So I will link those as well. And then you're going to put them on the turn. You're going to put all your pens back on the turner and let them sit for 2 hours before applying your first coat of all over Brite Tone. I'm now ready to start applying just my all over coats of Brite Tone, and I'll just apply as many as it takes to give a smooth surface. So I'm just checking those pens out before I put them on there just to see how smooth they are. A couple of them are pretty smooth already, so I don't think they're gonna need that many coats of Brite Tone, but we'll see how it goes. So I'm going to pop them back onto my skewer and make sure they're sitting on the tape not too tight, and start applying my Brite Tone. So you just need a very light amount, like the amount that I put on was way too much and it dripped off. So I just apply it kind of around the middle section, and then I rub my finger back and forth in the middle, and then I swipe from the middle to the edge on both sides. And this one had some gunk in it, so I'm cleaning that up real quick before I pop it back on there just to make sure it's nice and clean. And you're just gonna repeat that process for every pen. So here's the application of Brite Tone. So I just dropped it in the center. I'm rubbing it back and forth, and then I'm gonna swipe from the middle out to the edges on both ends. Every single time I go to the next step, I take all of the pens off the sticks. I make sure the edges are cleaned up. Look how shiny they're getting already. I make sure all the edges are cleaned up, and these pens are actually ready to be sanded. So I am using a 60 grit sand block, but this sand block is, it's not really, it doesn't really do the job of a 60 grit, so it's pretty safe to use on the chunky glitters. It's not gonna ruin the glitter at all. After I've sanded down, I'm gonna wipe them very gently with alcohol, rubbing alcohol that's been sprayed on a napkin, just to get all the dust residue off, and then let those dry quickly, and then do another coat of Brite Tone, and then the same thing. So they're gonna go back on the sticks. I'm gonna apply the Brite Tone, and I'm gonna let them turn for about an hour, and then I can do another coat of Brite Tone in 4 hours after that. I did a total of 5 coats of Brite Tone. I sanded after the second coat like I showed you earlier in the video, and then I followed with 3 more coats of Brite Tone 4 hours after one another, and then my pens were totally done and smooth. So then I was ready to clean out the inside and put my pens back together, and I hardly had any pens that needed to be cleaned. There were 2 of them that I needed to scrape just on that part where I twist the tip in, and then this one, you see the red does not match the glitter color, and I didn't like that, so I took it off. And also I didn't like the red next to the gold glitter so I just replaced it with an extra black tip that I had stashed away in my drawer. And then you put them all back together, make sure the click works. If it doesn't, that probably means that you have something stuck in there. And then your pens are done and ready for a vinyl or a name or whatever, a water slide, whatever you choose to do. I'm leaving these just blank for now, just for the purpose of this video, just so I could show you how to use the Brite Tone on the pens. The sparkle on these, even over the chunky, is insane. So with the right technique and your application of glitter glue followed by your applications of Brite Tone, you should have amazing sparkle and shine. As you know, just like you would epoxy. It does take more time in between to use the Brite Tone to achieve that look, and you want to make sure that you're really following the guidelines of the hours of dry time in between. But don't get discouraged if you're just trying it, Brite Tone, for the first time. It can definitely be done. So I hope you have fun with this, and thank you so much for watching. Click the links at the end for other epoxy-free tutorials.